here with Jim Szeszycki from Concord Shore Services in Louisiana. And Jim, you're a first-time attendee to BusCon, so
Yes.
we're thrilled to have you here.
Glad to be here.
Tell us a little bit more about why you're here. I think you've got a new business that you're setting up.
Yes, I work for Carnival Cruise Lines, and I've been providing the logistical services for them for the past 10 years in conjunction with Hotard Motor Coach Company. And I left and spun that off to my own company, Concord Shore Services, 6 years ago. 3 years ago, Carnival asked me to bid on their transportation services, but I had left a transportation company, so I partnered with Hotard Motor Coachers, and I've been providing those services to Carnival with them. This is going on my 4th year, and I think it's time to get back into the transportation side and possibly, invest in some equipment and build some equity and assets into my business. And I thought this would be a good opportunity. Carnival has a couple of ships in New Orleans, so I can look at a lot of variety of different equipment. I learned about BusCon because I was actually searching at different equipment, looking for actually luggage solutions. Because in the cruise business, you have to have a large luggage capacity. And I found this Indy bus online, and they said, we're getting ready for BusCon. I was like, what's that? So I looked into their BusCon, and it says it's in Indianapolis. Well, I'm from Indianapolis. I was born here. I went to Cathedral High School, Purdue University. So I was like, I can go visit the family. I can go to a convention, and it just all worked out. I did this in the last week. Ended up looking at the itinerary. I signed up for a lot of the educational programs to refresh driver training, driver excellence. I took Bus 101, how to buy your first bus this morning class. I've met individuals in the industry that I've known from going back 10 years ago from Laidlaw, and it's been a very rewarding trip so far.
Fantastic. Well, so glad you're here. And in terms of the buses you've seen on show, have you seen some new varieties that you're interested in purchasing?
Absolutely. Like I said, it definitely was to open my eyes to the possibilities of what's out there, and knowing the fact that I'm going to be an intrastate provider, looking for a mini bus type product. And I wanted to see the Temps up close. I wanted to see the Cayo bus, the Indy bus, which I saw online, and then Glaval, and just a lot of the different providers. So, by looking around and talking to some of the different manufacturers, I learned about what they can actually do. When I was president of Hotard, we had motor coaches, so really didn't get into a lot of the mid-bus needs. We had some mini buses, but I really didn't look at what all the features were, because everything was about the motor coach. And a lot of us were stressed on the motor coach. So now that I'm just looking at mid-side buses, I didn't realize the back of the buses can dump. I always knew buses kneeled, but I didn't realize they could dump. So one of my fears of having a bus in the rear with the heavy luggage is, the liability of lifting luggage. Well, now that it can go down almost to below your knees, it makes it a lot easier for the driver to load some of that rear luggage. So I learned a lot, and has thus changed, the way I'm looking at providing the solution to my transportation needs.
Okay, so it sounds like coming to BusCon has, given you a new perspective on things that you might not have had if you had not come out of the office.
Absolutely. I have financing in place from my local bank, but I talked to a couple of financer guys here, who have booths, and there are better financial opportunities out there for me if I explore them within the bus industry. Because the bus financial groups that you have affiliated with BusCon, that's all they do. And I don't say that's all they do, but they have professional branches of their financial institutions that are based on motor coach and equipment, and thus they know the inherent value of those pieces of equipment. So where I might have to put 20% down for a local company, I met some providers here who will take 0% down. And obviously, if you're starting a new business off, that capital and that cash is critical.
We're delighted that you came to BusCon this year. We hope you become a regular visitor to BusCon in years to come, and wish you every success with your new business.
Absolutely. Well, it kicks off hopefully next year, and there's no doubt if it's successful, you'll see me back here next year.
That's great. Thanks very much for your time.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.